In this tutorial, you'll build a real-time notification system in SwiftUI using Firebase and Firestore, where your UI updates instantly when new data arrives. On the left-hand side of the screen, the first simulator, we're logged in as Fred Blogs at the moment. So to show the application, how it works, I'll log in using Google Login as Iris Insights. Next thing I'll do, I will create a review for Fred Blogs. So I just type in hello world, ABC, and then post it. And as you can see, Fred Blogs, it contains a notification alert. So if I click on Fred Blogs profile, you'll see the actual notification that was submitted. Hello world, ABC. And the notifications are also within a list, within the alerts as well. So we can also upload our profile image if we want to, and add our name and username. So this is the application we'll be creating. The next view we need to create is our owner edit card. But the purpose of the owner edit card view is to enable the user to edit their profile photo and also to edit their actual profile. So we need to add a closing bracket, and then I'll just copy and paste the code from the clipboard. Within our onChange event, we need to type the following: task await load picked image. This function doesn't exist at the moment, so we just load the selected picked image that we're passing in. I prefer loading the picked image as a separate step before uploading. It gives the UI a clear local state boundary and makes it much easier to support previews, validation, compression, or image editing later. The next view we need to create is the review composer card. The purpose of this view is to enable the user to post a review. I'll just copy and paste the code from the clipboard. Submit review doesn't exist at the moment within our view model, so we'll be implementing that in our next episode. So the first thing we need to do within the review composer card is to type the following: start picker rating. And then for the binding, we just pass in a review ratings. Start Picker doesn't exist at the moment, but we'll be creating it in a few minutes. I like isolating the rating interaction into its own tiny component. It keeps the composer readable, and it also stops the screen from turning into one oversized body block. Next thing we need to add is to clear the review text. I only clear the field after the async submission returns. Clearing too early makes the UI feel fast in demos, but in production it can hide failed writes and confuse the user about what actually got saved. The next view we need to create is the review list card. I'll just copy and paste it from the clipboard. And then type the following. This tiny bit of text makes the app more easier to understand. Next thing we need to do is to loop through our reviews. And then we need to pass each of the reviews to another UI component or view. So that should be review row. This one doesn't exist at the moment. We'll create that afterwards. For a lighter feed, this is fine, but if the reviews becomes larger or highly active, this is one of the first places I'd revisit and move towards lazy rendering or pagination. The next thing we need to add is a function called load picked image. We can delete that unwanted bracket on line 384 and then type the following: selected UI image equals to UI image. The code in here keeps failure close to the source. If the image conversion breaks, I'd rather fail before the upload path starts, not halfway through storage logic, where the error becomes much noisier to debug. So we just paste our review row view. initial avatar doesn't exist at the moment. We implement that in a few minutes. And also the star row doesn't exist at the moment. Type the following: text, review, created app, relative dates are a nice UI win here because they feel more human than raw timestamps. I'll now copy and paste the initial avatar view. Really, these views could be in their own file, single file. Just type the following now. Fallback avatar matters more than people think. A screen still needs to look intentional even when remote image data is missing or delayed. The next view we will add is our star row view. I'll just copy and paste it from the clipboard. And then type the following within the loop: image, system name, clamping here keeps the UI defensive. If bad data slips through upstream, I still want the visual output to stay stable. I'll just copy and paste the star picker view. Yeah, so we need to navigate to our browse profile view. And then I think it's on line 93. We need to add the code to enable our profile view to be navigated to. So we delete the content view line on lines 85 and type the following. We pass in the ID. We also need to make the following changes within our main tab view. So let's locate the main tab view, and it should be on lines 41 or near line 41. We just need to delete the empty view, so it's on line 38, and type in the following: profile view, select the second overload, user ID, and then user.fullname. Now let's compile it and see if it works or not. So this is what you should have so far. As you can see, if I select any user, I can navigate to the profile of the user, see the reviews, write a comment. At the moment I'm logged in as Fred Blogs, so this is my profile and the comments received. In the next episode, we'll be implementing some of the alerts and notification features of the application.